Let's be honest for a moment. There's a lot of confusion out there when it comes to understanding what a man truly feels after sex. Some women ask, was that just physical for him? Others wonder, did I just make things more complicated? But here's the truth, and it's something most people don't talk about. Men can fake a lot of things, but they can't fake how they behave after sex if they're falling for you. When it comes to intimacy, most people focus on the performance, how exciting, how passionate, how intense the moment is. But what often gets overlooked is what happens after, because that's where the real truth lies. You see, performance can be practiced, repeated, even faked. But presence, real, grounded emotional presence, is something no man can sustain unless it's real. And when a man is falling for you, it shows not in how he touches your body, but in how he stays connected to your soul after the physical moment has passed. Presence isn't about the words he says in the heat of passion. It's about the energy he brings when everything calms down. Does he still look at you the same way after the high has faded? Is he still curious, still warm, still there with you, not just beside you, but truly with you? That's presence. That's the one thing you can't fake. A man who's not emotionally invested might give you fireworks in the moment, but he'll retreat into silence or distraction the second it's over. He'll turn over, pick up his phone, or talk about anything but what just happened. That's because for him it was never about connection. It was about completion. And once that moment ends, so does the emotional availability. But when a man is falling for you, the experience doesn't feel like an end, it feels like a doorway. Something deeper opens up in him. He wants to be close not just physically, but emotionally. He pays attention to the little things. He listens to the tone in your voice, the rhythm of your breath, the emotions behind your words. He doesn't escape the moment. He extends it. Because being near you brings him peace, not pressure, true presence is rare. It's not just about staying in the room, it's about being in the room, with intention, with care, with stillness. A man who is emotionally available will offer you his attention freely. He won't make you feel like you're asking for too much just because you want connection after intimacy. In fact, he'll meet you there. He'll be the one holding space for your thoughts, your vulnerability, your silence. And the most telling part, he won't rush to put walls back up. So many men use intimacy as a temporary pass to let their guard down, only to quickly rebuild it once the moment is over. But the man who's falling for you doesn't rush to escape the openness. He lets it linger, he breathes in it. He allows it to reshape how he relates to you and how he lets you in. Presence is when a man chooses to stay emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even when he doesn't have to. It's not about obligation. It's about desire. It's the way he continues to show up with softness, interest, and consistency when no one's watching and there's nothing left to prove. And that is what reveals his real feelings, not the passion in the moment, but the peace he brings after it. There's something powerful that happens in a man when he's truly falling for a woman, and it rarely gets talked about. It's subtle, it's quiet, but it's real. It's what I call emotional softening post-intimacy. And it's the one thing you can't force, fake, or fabricate. It only shows up when what you're sharing goes deeper than the surface, when it's not just about desire, it's about depth. For most men, emotional vulnerability doesn't come easy. They've been taught to keep it together, to be strong, to stay in control. Intimacy, however, has a way of cracking that armor, but only if he feels something real. If the connection is purely physical, he might feel relief, maybe satisfaction, but not emotional softness. In fact, he may even pull away to reestablish his emotional walls. But when a man is developing true feelings, Something else happens entirely. After being physically close, he opens up, not because the moment demanded it, but because his heart can no longer hold everything back. There's a visible shift in his demeanor. His voice softens, his words slow down. He may share something about himself that he hasn't shared before. He becomes more tender, not less, more connected, not distant. And that's not just chemistry, it's emotion finding its way to the surface. You may notice him looking at you with more meaning in his eyes. He's not looking at your body anymore. He's seeing you. Who you are, what you feel, what you carry, that gaze, that silence, that stillness. Those are signs that he's no longer thinking just about himself. He's letting you in not because you asked, but because he wants to. And that shift is everything. Many women are left confused when they experience deep intimacy with a man, only to find him emotionally shut down afterward. It's heartbreaking, but it's also a clear signal when there's no emotional softening. When the man tightens back up or retreats into distraction, it usually means his heart wasn't in it. It doesn't matter what he said before or during. What matters is who he is after. Because the real test of a man's emotional investment isn't found in what he does to get close to you. It's found in how he behaves once he's already had that closeness. If he's falling for you, post-intimacy won't be a shutdown. It will be an opening. You'll feel a gentleness that wasn't there before. A calm, a peace, maybe even a little fear. Because real emotion can be scary, especially for someone who's used to keeping it all in. This kind of vulnerability doesn't look dramatic. It's not about grand confessions or poetic words. It's in the way he lays next to you, in the way he stays quiet but still connected, in the way he holds your hand like he's not ready to let go. That softness is rare, and it's the clearest sign that his heart is waking up, that he's not just enjoying your body, but beginning to care deeply for the person inside it. There's a certain kind of curiosity that only deepens after intimacy, and it's one of the clearest signs that a man is emotionally invested. When it's just about the physical, interest tends to fade quickly. The conversation dies, the connection thins out, and it's clear that what just happened was a moment, not a movement. But when a man is truly falling for you, something different happens. Instead of checking out after the climax, he leans in. His curiosity doesn't die, it grows. This is the kind of curiosity that isn't driven by desire for your body anymore. It's about your mind, your emotions, your past, your dreams. It's the realization that there's more to you than he thought, and he wants to know every corner. A man who is genuinely developing feelings won't feel like the moment has ended after sex. In fact, he'll feel like something new is beginning. He'll ask deeper questions, he'll stay engaged, he'll listen, not out of politeness, but out of sincere interest. This isn't surface-level curiosity either. It's not about where you work or what your favorite food is. It's about what shaped you, what moves you, what scares you, what inspires you. A man who's falling in love will naturally want to discover those layers. He's not just interested in how you make him feel. He starts to care about how you feel. That's a shift that can't be faked. So many women are left wondering where they stand after sex. And one of the easiest ways to know is to pay attention to what happens next. Is he still tuned in? Does he ask about your day, your thoughts, your feelings? Or does he disengage, roll over, and disappear into himself? The difference isn't about whether he's tired or not. It's about whether or not you still matter to him once the desire has been satisfied. When there's real emotion, satisfaction doesn't mean distance. It means intimacy deepens. He wants to know what you were thinking during the moment. He wants to hear about how it made you feel. And more importantly, he wants to keep discovering you. Because when love begins to grow, physical connection becomes a gateway to emotional connection, not the end goal. You'll notice he remembers small things you say in those post-intimacy moments. He brings them up later. He reflects on them. He connects the dots between who you are and what you've shared. That's not someone who's just passing time. That's someone who's invested. Curiosity after sex is one of the most underrated signs of genuine interest. It's easy to focus on the chemistry, the heat, the fireworks, but the real question is, what does he do when all that fades? A man who's falling for you won't treat you like a mystery solved. He'll treat you like a story he wants to keep reading. And every time he turns the page, he's not just looking for excitement, he's searching for truth, for depth, for connection. That's when you know it's not just physical, it's real. There's a moment after physical intimacy that reveals everything you need to know about a man's intentions. It's quiet, subtle, sometimes even wordless, but if you pay attention, it's louder than anything he could say. When a man is falling for you, he doesn't just linger with your body, he lingers with you, and that distinction makes all the difference. Physical attraction can be powerful, even overwhelming, but it's temporary. It satisfies something immediate. Once that need is met, a man who's only in it for the moment often detaches. He might roll over, go silent, or find something else to focus on. His body was present, yes, but his heart wasn't. And that becomes painfully obvious once the physical high fades. But when a man genuinely cares, when the connection runs deeper than just desire, he stays close. He doesn't just stay for the warmth of your body, he stays for the energy of your presence. He's not trying to escape into distraction or retreat into himself. He's grounded in the moment with you in a way that's real and unmistakable. He might pull you closer, not out of habit, but out of genuine affection. He may rest his hand on yours or trace circles on your back, not because he's trying to initiate more, but because the connection brings him comfort. There's no rush to move, no sense of needing to fill the silence. That stillness, that peace, that ease, it speaks volumes. When a man is falling, he lingers because your presence feels like home. Your voice, your breathing, your laughter, even your silence, all of it draws him in. He's not just holding you, he's with you. Even if you're not saying anything at all, he's fully there. It's emotional intimacy layered on top of the physical. And that's the part he doesn't want to end. So many women have experienced the opposite moments where, as soon as the act is over, everything shifts. The warmth disappears, the attention fades, and suddenly you feel more alone than you did before. That's because for him, the connection was limited. It ended the moment the physical did, and you were never really part of the picture, just your body was. But when a man is emotionally invested, you become the reason he stays. Not your curves, not your skin, not your touch, but you. He wants to know what you're thinking. He wants to feel close, even in stillness. He's in no hurry to leave, because being near you brings him peace he didn't know he was looking for. Lingering isn't about time, it's about intention. A few minutes can tell you more than 100 texts. When he stays, when he breathes with you, when he keeps his attention on you after the fire has cooled, that's when the truth shows up. He may not say the words, but you'll feel them in his patience, in his stillness, in the way he chooses to remain, not out of obligation, but because in that moment there's nowhere else he'd rather be.